My older daughter's atheist, and I said, well, philosophically, it's an irony there, too, because atheists don't believe in God. Well, there has to be a God for you not to believe in. And my daughter...
You played Santa Claus. Does he exist?
I mean, this has to be the stupidest argument for a belief in God that I've ever heard in my life. Not only does this man on his TikTok make a great point that Tim Allen himself played Santa Claus, a fictional character that millions of people believe in, which also doesn't mean that he exists. But even next level more absurd is to state that because somebody doesn't believe that something exists proves it exists. Literally, he's saying his daughter is an atheist, meaning she does not believe there is a God. And that's proof of God because you have to have a thing to not believe in? No, you can also not believe Bigfoot, and it doesn't prove Bigfoot exists. You cannot believe in aliens, and it doesn't prove aliens exist. This guy didn't do great in school, did he? Or with basic thinking? Tim Allen is a comedian who made his name by making animal noises. Literally making bear sounds, going ruh, ruh, oh, oh, was one of his best punchlines, and probably his intellectual capacity of his ability to think. Overall, I don't have any issue with the guy, except for the way his brain works, and the fact that I don't really like his shows that much. More power to him. Some people like his shows. Some people also like wrestling, or people pretending, where people dress up and pretend to fight each other, and it's pre-scripted, and they bang the floor and pretend they're smashing each other, and then people say, prove to me it's not real. When you see this, and I'm looking closely at the video they're saying that on, and it's clearly the person not making contact, and someone's brain believes that's real, even when the wrestlers themselves say it's not real. So it's a similar thought process here. Somebody not believing that something is real. Tim Allen thinking it proves that that thing is real, which it does not. It just proves that Tim Allen's brain is not real. It's not real good, at least.
Well, I'm what they call fiscal conservative. I like problem solving. In my neighborhood in North Hollywood, we've wanted to get trees put in. And here in communist California, it's difficult because there's so many regulations. But you can get stuff done. We planted trees, got our street cleaned up.
Much like his brain doesn't work that well in that clip. California is communist because you want to plant trees and there's regulations about it. But then you can plant the trees and can get stuff done? Is that how communism works? Is that you want to do something and you can do it, but you want to use incendiary terms because you're on Hannity and you want to kiss Hannity's ass? Congrats. I'm sorry, was that too big of a word for you? Is that better?
And let's appreciate those who are capable of turning the tide and bringing us back to the greatness that we were given by our founding fathers.
Well, I want to thank you, and we love the country. The country's in trouble. It's got to be solved fairly quickly.
Yes.
There is no choice but to solve the problem, but it's a big problem. It's a big problem, and I hope it continues forward, and we love Israel, and we hope everything's going to be okay.
Sure.
A lot of good moves have to be made, or it's not going to be okay, and we say God bless you and good luck.
Quick, without looking it up, don't leave this video and come back. What is Trump talking about in this clip? Here's a reminder of what he said. It's a big problem. The country's in trouble. I hope it continues forward. We love Israel. A lot of good moves have to be made or it's not going to be okay. Wait, so is he talking about Israel or the United States? And is the country, whichever one he's referring to, a big problem? If it's Israel that's in trouble, then that's weird because per Daily Mail, this interview was part of a Newsmax documentary John Voight made about Trump's Middle East peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, known as the Abraham Accords. Voight described the agreement in the opening of his piece, quote, in 2020, the most significant advancement toward peace in the Middle East was formed. It was an agreement that created relationships in a manner that had never been attempted before, and it has achieved results that have exceeded all expectations. And chances are, you've never even heard of it, he said. Trump said at another point in the video, when I became president and even before I became president, I spoke very favorably about Israel. Golan Heights as an example, he added. Most countries outside of the United States believe the Golan Heights to be Syrian territory occupied by Israel. Another clip showed Trump stating, quote, I've always had a good relationship with people of the Jewish faith. I've gotten along with them very well. The Daily Mail continues, the former president's parting words were a warning that the U.S. is in trouble, without elaborating what threat he was talking about. I want to thank you and we love the country. The country is in trouble. It's got to be solved fairly quickly, Trump said. And as I mentioned earlier,
The country's in trouble. It's got to be solved fairly quickly.
Yes.
There is no choice but to solve the problem, but it's a big problem. It's a big problem.
Voight quickly agreed when Trump said, if some very big things don't happen very quickly, there can't be a turnaround, adding, people say to me all the time, will Donald Trump run? I say he certainly will run, but we can't wait too long. Before you're allowed to watch a different video, preferably one of mine, and before Voight told Trump that he hopes the documentary is worthy of him, in his new special with Trump, John Voight would go on to give Trump an emotional thanks for expanding his golf courses across the country, claiming it was personal because his father was a golfer. Voight also said that he heard about a time when Trump supposedly said he would pay for cancer treatments for one of his golf course employees, and starts crying. Trump didn't make fun of Voight for crying, but he did do this, so